Hello again from the Bureau, where we've got our eyes on ex-tropical cyclone Esther, currently over the Kimberley in the northern parts of Western Australia, where over the weekend it brought some strong winds and heavy rainfall. This morning it's sitting near the border with the Northern Territory, and there are still severe weather warnings for damaging winds and heavy rainfall. And those are those areas in yellow here. Now those areas will change as the system progresses, so please check back over the next couple of days for all the latest updates. Over the past 24 hours, we have seen some significant rain, particularly through southern parts of the Kimberley. These red dots are measurements of over 100 millimetres, so plenty of locations you can see on the list there. The highest recording was 202 millimetres in the 24 hours to 9 a.m. this morning. Over the next 7 days, we expect ex-tropical cyclone Esther to move through the interior of the continent. Now that's really good news because it's likely to bring rain to areas that haven't seen rain for a long time and those that missed rain during February. So parts of southern NT into southwest Queensland there, and particularly through western New South Wales. They're still doing it really tough. The area in blue is expecting potentially rainfall in the range of 50 to 100 millimetres over the next week, but even that area in green, widespread through eastern Australia and northern Australia in that 25 to 50 millimetre range over the next week. Now, in terms of where we're sitting with the drought situation, on the left here is the rainfall deficiencies map from April 2018 through to January 2020, and on the right is the one where we add in the rainfall that we saw during February. So you can see through parts of eastern Australia, southeast Queensland, some of those extremes that were previously lowest on record are now back to just severe deficiencies, but particularly through western New South Wales, those areas are still doing it really tough. They didn't see much in the way of rainfall at all during February, so if that rain comes as expected this week, that will be really good news for those areas. Unfortunately, for parts of southeast or South Australia through the Riverland, the Mallee in Victoria and southwest New South Wales, they're unlikely to see too much rain this week. So unfortunately, the hard times roll on and the drought looks set to continue in those regions. Now, there's a little bit of variation still within our computer models of where the heaviest rain may fall over the coming days. So we'll just have to wait and see how the system evolves, and it really depends on how the low stays structured as it moves through the inland. But particularly, you see through the EC model, the European model on the top right there, the heaviest rain looks to be set through the western parts of New South Wales and the northwest, where other computer models, including the Australian model on the top left there, place the heaviest rain just a little further east through parts of northern and central western New South Wales, potentially not quite as heavy either. So it really depends on how that low stays structured, and that structure will affect the strength of the winds too over the next couple of days. Now, there are still plenty of flood warnings current through parts of Queensland. Now, this rain isn't expected to exacerbate the flood situation too much further, and there are plenty of flood watches current as well, and we'll issue more as the week progresses. So please stay in touch with the Bureau over the coming days for all the latest forecasts and warnings. You follow all advice from emergency services.